Hello, I'm Christopher Lavin and an attorney with the Lavin Law Group. We are an elder law firm here in Lebanon, Ohio. Elder law deals with long-term care, medical emergencies, and traditional planning. And a big part of our practice deals with you handling the affairs of a loved one. So often I'll have a family member come in for their spouse, a family member come in for their parent. And they're asking questions and they're trying to figure out options and what the best plan will be. But the first question I have to ask them before we get into the details is, are you the power of attorney? Because unfortunately it's a legal world, you have to give someone permission to speak for you. And if you don't give someone that permission to speak for you, then the only other option could be what's known as a guardianship. Guardianship is state supervision. It does have a purpose, but it's also a little cumbersome and it may not allow you to plan with all your best options for the loved one. So we try to minimize court contact. You don't really want to volunteer to be a ward of the state of Ohio or Kentucky, and you don't want the state necessarily making your financial or your personal decisions. So the first line of defense is power of attorney, power of attorney, power of attorney. Power of attorneys are even as important as wills, trusts, or anything else you're doing. Because if you don't have a proper power of attorney or a detailed power of attorney, it can put limitations on what your options are. Now, we had this Uniform Power of Attorney Act about a decade ago, and it used to be the Wild West, one paragraph, and I think one paragraph can make any assumption. That's not the case. We pulled that one paragraph into 3 separate documents. Let me just list the 3 power of attorneys we look for. There's the durable power of attorney for healthcare, for hospitals, doctors, HIPAA, any conversation there. There's a second document known as the living will, which is hydration, nutrition, machines, end-of-life stages. Then there's a third power called the business power of attorney, the general power of attorney, that lets you keep the lights on, any transaction necessary. Have those reviewed if you did those a while ago, because again, nothing's assumed anymore, and if they don't have the right language, it can be some roadblocks. Don't just tuck them in the drawer and forget about them. They're practical documents. Give health documents of the healthcare powers to your physicians, documents of the financial power of attorneys, copies to your financial guys. Give copies to your family. You keep the original, but we want to make sure people approve of them, know of them, because we do use them in a crisis and we need to act quickly.